everyone. My name is Zian Birch.
My name is Jake Wondaro.
My name is Amaya Peace.
My name is Adrian Fox.
I'm Sonia Garavanto.
My name is Michelle Corday.
My name is Zaria Hill.
And I'm Dylan Fox, and we are the prefects for the 2021 to 2022 school year.
Describe my leadership style as a coaching leadership. I believe I'm a coaching leader because I observe people's strengths and I like to encourage them to use their strengths and we can all accomplish a common goal.
I would describe my leadership style as liaise fiery. This is essentially saying I'm a leader that oversees but doesn't strictly enforce rules. By that I mean I'm a leader who can let you do your work with creativity and freedom, but also instruct you to make sure you don't go outside the line or outside the borders.
I would describe my leadership style in 3 different ways. First, being a servant leader where I put others before myself. Transformational, where there's a sense of communication. And participative, where I ask for input and feedback.
I would describe my leadership style as laissez-faire because I choose to empower those who I lead.
I would say my leadership style is affiliative leadership because I always like to take care of others. I'm always asking if they're okay, and it's more like emotional support, and this is more like making a bond with each other. I would say that with this type of leadership we can make our team better, we can build a relationship, we can understand each other's feelings. So yes.
If I had to name one to describe my leadership style, it would have to be charismatic because I care about people's rights and I use my personality to encourage others.
I would describe my leadership style as probably coaching. I say this because I feel like if I work with someone or a certain amount of people, I want everyone to express their own thoughts and to feel like they have a say in the decision we make. So once I hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on a certain topic, I'm able to pick the best option that works best for everyone in that group.
I would say my leadership style is democratic leader. A democratic leader is someone students can come to with complaints or suggestions about the school.
The values that are most important to me as a student leader are to be able to learn from my mistakes and move forward, and also to be able to communicate and work with others.
As a student leader, the values that are most important to me are being honest and upholding a good Christian character, because that shows how we are as well as a student and servants of God.
The values that are most important to me as a student leader are being a good role model, standing for things that are right, and taking the initiative without being asked.
The values that are most important to me as a student leader are creating a good, healthy environment and leading by example.
As a student leader, I believe that the most important value is being respectful to each other and also being kind. I believe without these two, it will be just a place where it's just argument and sadness. So just keep in mind that you have to respect others and be kind to each other.
The values that are most important to me as a student leader is to have a Christian foundation. And in order to build your Christian foundation, you should have passion and commitment, even trust and integrity.
To me, as a student leader, I feel like the most valuable qualities are probably to be open-minded, have a great listening ear, public communication, and definitely most importantly, having patience.
I feel a student leader should be understanding and comforting. Students should be able to feel comfortable around us while respecting our authority.
A time demonstrated leadership skills would be when I've been put in charge of group projects. I'm able to see my partner's strengths and we work together to complete our project.
The time I demonstrated leadership skills is when I was a camp counselor, and my duty was to oversee the campus, and I made sure my top priority was to make sure they all got in safely.
A time where I demonstrated leadership skills would be in class or group projects where I get to work along with different individuals in my class and we work together to get the given task done. And as well as working at my church in community service activities and making sure I get the task done as well.
One time I demonstrated leadership skills was when I was working at a camp and I was supervising the children and keeping them safe.
As an academic vice, I have duties. So I always have to check for the academic environment of Bermuda Institute. And I believe it's a really hard job, but I will show leadership through that.
One time when I demonstrated leadership skills was not the typical leadership demonstration, but it was when I was asked to speak to a young girl to bring her closer to God. I knew that in that moment I was making God's army big and great.
A time when I demonstrated leadership skills, I would say is probably organizing chapels. A great leadership skill is definitely organization and being able to plan out stuff. So I feel like being able to help in a way in organizing something that's more effective and entertaining for my younger students is a great leadership skill and example.
On many occasions, I've been asked to watch a class while the teacher steps out. I feel like a student leader should be dependable.
I believe the best way to motivate my peers is to lead by example and to set the model that I want them to follow as well, because I'm not going to ask them to do something that I'm not doing myself.
I can motivate my peers by being helpful whenever I'm around, as well as setting a comfortable workspace wherever I go.
Something that I can do to help motivate my peers and other students to become better students will be to first start off with the leader in the room and make sure I develop that, as well as doing the right thing when someone is or not.
I can motivate my peers and other students by establishing a relationship with them and encouraging them to do their best.
Just do what you have to do. Like if you have an assignment due a certain day, do it on time. If somebody tell you to do something, do it at the first time. Don't wait for somebody to tell you twice, because I know sometimes it's annoying when somebody repeats. So yeah, just do it at first.
A few things that I can do to motivate my peers and other students to become better students is to give them advice and words of encouragement, as well as set an example. Don't forget to always be authentic and be yourself. And sometimes on the sidelines, the only person that's cheering is you.
To motivate my peers and other students to become a better student, I feel like I can lead by example by showing that as a prefect or student leader, I'm not perfect. And I can show that by making it seem like everyone is human and we all make mistakes. So if you make a mistake or you feel like you've done something bad, don't be too hard on yourself, because just like us, we're all human.
I feel like we shouldn't be as hard as we are on them. Many students act the way they do because they're constantly being pressured to do the right thing.
I would demonstrate Christian servant leadership by following the best example there is of Jesus, whose leadership was loving, peaceful, and respectful to all those that he came in contact with.
I can demonstrate Christian servant leadership by first setting a good example, as well as displaying good Christian characteristics.
In demonstrating Christian servant leadership, I will promote God's name rather than my own, be humble, and be able to help and encourage others in time.
I can demonstrate Christian servant leadership by being a good listener.
Following God's example and being myself.
How I would demonstrate Christian servant leadership is by following Bermuda Institute's motto and mission statement, not just on campus, not just when I'm wearing my uniform, but also off, and setting an example and serving God's people and spreading the love and gospel.
I would say I can demonstrate Christian servant leadership by adding a twist to my own character. So alongside of me being myself, I can also add that twist of God's character and His grace and His kindness to my character, so we can kind of work together to be a better person.
I can demonstrate Christian servant leadership by being more Christ-like, doing favors for people and being kind to them and checking up on them regularly.